All right, episode 24 of the Think Much podcast. I am half of your hostesses, Leventus.
Here we go with this horrible introduction again. What's up, people? My name is Lucas. How y'all doing? How you doing, bro? How was your week?
I'm staying safe, thankfully.
You staying quarantine?
I think we're a little too close right now, actually. So
get a mask, bro.
I don't want to be a hypocrite and say and say stay safe out there, but when I'm not doing the podcast, I'm generally staying 6 feet away. So I'm happy about that. Yourself?
It's okay. I work in a warehouse where people are kind of all over each other, so it's not the best.
In what way? What do you mean all over each other?
Like they're
Just
definitely
got
not
erotic.
Joe Exotic. But anyway, I don't know. They're like 3 to 5. This damn mic. They're like 3 to 5 feet apart. I don't know. They're definitely not going through the right methods, but I don't feel like getting sued, so yeah.
Sued by who? How would you get sued?
I don't know. You never know with these companies nowadays, bro.
You're a union worker. You'll be alright. That's what you pay the union for, right?
That
to fight your battles for you.
That right there. That gives you a clue of where I work at.
Ups. UPS, right?
Yeah, something like that. But anywho, I mean, it's been a pretty straight week. You know, just been kind of keeping tabs on what's going on, spending a lot of time with family.
I'm glad that you mentioned that you are spending time with family.
Got you, baby, got you.
Death rates. Yeah. Have you
what does that got to do with family? But go on.
No, because you never know when it's gonna end. Right?
Cynical way, but okay.
Yeah, because we had like the deadliest day ever. So
when was this?
Sometime last week.
Do you remember like that? Do you remember like the number for it at all?
It was in the 700s, I believe.
Oh shit! And this was globally.
Yes, we had the deadliest day globally confirmed. Yeah, but who knows with other countries? We even passed at least as far as the deadliest day.
But it's funny that you say that because I was reading today, bro, that New York alone has more like confirmed cases than I think Italy, if I read that correctly. So that's crazy.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure New York.
How many people there are? Yeah,
has more people than the country.
I thought they were saying like the city though.
Just the city?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I heard.
I may be wrong.
I know nothing about New York, but I heard like the Bronx has like the most cases
as far as borough goes. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, but you gotta think about how many people are there though, bro. Like
on top of each other.
That's like, yeah, that's a different way of living, bro. They're all just cramped in. Like I hate to put it like it, but it's like China in one small city form. As far as like overpopulated and people are just crammed in. So you know,
have you been seeing since you keep mentioning how many people there are? Have you been seeing like the reports of them running out of ventilators and stuff?
Yes. No, I have. You know what?
Question about that. Okay. So, because my supervisor brought it up, I thought he made a good point. Why are these hospitals? Because hospitals are obviously privately owned businesses. Mm-hmm. How come they don't why don't you think they have enough money, or why don't they have enough ventilators? Where's that money going?
That's a good, I mean,
and why don't they have the proper equipment, like protective gear? Because I've been seeing these pictures online of these nurses and medical staff wearing like garbage suits.
Yeah, bro, no.
Like if you're a private owned business, why don't you have enough ventilators? What's going on here? Where's that money going?
That's a valid question. I don't know, cause like I really don't know. I really don't know on that one, bro. Because I'm pretty sure I don't know, and I don't know this. I'm not a doctor. I'm just speaking my mind here. I don't know if respiratory diseases and stuff like are common.
Oh, they've got to be common, yeah. For sure.
I don't know if it's like, but as far as like deadly and death rate, like as far as I think their focus may be elsewhere, like surgery, organs, you know, heart disease, you know, stuff like this. So their money may be going somewhere else with it. I don't know if respiratory or ventilators and stuff like that is necessarily.
Really?
I don't know. That? I'm just speaking my mind here.
Just based off like stuff like asthma and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, because you gotta think.
Well, I mean, every time someone goes into surgery, you need like some type of ventilator to breathe. So, true. Like you think they just have like a set amount and that's it?
Well, yeah. Well, I do think
that seems irresponsible. Okay, like.
Go ahead.
So you've heard about these masks, how we run out of masks?
Yeah, I don't.
So how do we run out of masks? Is like a factory just like stop making masks?
That's actually a very valid point that I don't know. People just buy it up. I mean, it's still got to be made.
Is Jeffrey Hills Did they stop bottling water?
No, but touche. I can say this. Okay, with grocery stores, they ran out of groceries, right? That don't mean they stopped making groceries. The store is just temporary out of groceries. Same thing with these masks. Like, who's to say?
That's different. That's different because you can't make groceries. You gotta, as opposed to like a mask, like in a factory. That's different.
My point is people buy out a certain amount for like a time period.
Okay.
Of course, they're gonna be in need for
and think about this. Even before this whole pandemic, masks weren't being like heavily used across the country.
Yeah, that's true.
So shouldn't they have like a warehouse full of this crap, and it still should be some stores should be like so if you tell me the problem was that people were getting sick and we have nowhere to transport the mass, that'd be different because then you could send like the army to come get it.
Okay.
But how are they like should be being made to this day? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah. No, honestly that makes sense because I see. Okay, I can understand from like a civilization like people point of view, from like our point of view that are not working in the hospital because people are buying masks off Amazon like no more. So I can understand.
And it's not coming till July.
Yeah, but that's the crazy part. Like a buddy of mine that I work with, his name is James. He's like, bro, I ordered masks. They said they ain't getting here till September. And I was like, it's probably gonna be over by then. It's like you might as well cancel it on a real note. But like it's I understand it from that point. But when you're talking about like a hospital, something that needs it, something that has it. Supposed to have it anyways. You people are trusting you with their lives. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a very valid question. I don't think people really. I mean, I can see an argument being made that people didn't think masks were that important. So if you go down a list,
but a company is making masks like that's what you got.
But if you go down a list for a hospital and say if you're doing budgets, and if you're like, mask, who's really using masks like that? Well, actually, no, I take that back.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have doctors, you're going to have nurses when they do surgeries and stuff like that that have masks. But that's still a select few, though. They're not prepared for, like, millions and millions of people that are coming to the hospital for masks.
And that's my point. Where's that money going? If you're a hospital and you're making money off these patients, shouldn't that money be going into your equipment and the things for the patients, because that's how you're making your money?
No, it should be. No, it should definitely be. And just making it a safer place. And you have a valid point. I mean, I haven't been to a hospital recently, but I can guarantee some of these hospitals are probably semi-outdated. Not even outdated like that. But
I wouldn't want to go to an outdated hospital.
No, but I'm saying there might be some that are. I mean,
like, what do you mean outdated?
Like, I don't know. It's just they have.
Can you be? I think you got to pass like certain laws and.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you do gotta be kind of up to date, don't you?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't be having like you can't be like still pulling teeth out the way they did in the 30s or something. Yeah, so you got to be updated.
I don't know. That's a valid point, a valid question though. I don't know. What do you think? You got my answers on it. What do you think?
No, I'm not even trying to make trying to like bring up a conspiracy or anything.
Yeah.
Just interesting because Hanes for the loons, they had to step up and say, hey, we'll start making the masks now and stuff like that.
Well, you have a lot of people like that because you had Bill Belichick shipped out the Patriots playing for.
It's Robert Kraft, bro.
Robert Kraft. So whoa. No, Bill Belichick did it too though.
No, because Robert Kraft uses plane.
Oh, wow. I guess you are right. Why did it say Bill Belichick on the article? It did say Bill Belichick.
For the transportation?
Yes.
It's Robert Kraft. For the if Bill Belichick did it too, then good for him. Maybe he bought something because I don't know.
Maybe he did buy something, but yeah, I read Bill Belichick.
Robert Kraft uses plane to import him.
Nice, but and that's cool too. And this is what I was talking about before. Like, kind of the silver lining is you're seeing the community, and you're seeing the people that are rich in a good position. Helping others that are not in a very good position. Like, you're seeing humans being humans. And that's caring for one another.
Kind of.
To an extent.
Because celebrities got to shut the heck up.
Bro, I saw this meme, bro. It had me dying. It was like when a celebrity said that you can stay home, and just do the gym, and they have like a huge gym.
Their whole facility is bigger than our town. Dude.
I know, it's funny.
LeBron James' house is bigger than our town complex. It's bigger than the YMCA, so You can't tell me to stay home.
He over here doing the Stairmaster. He's like, this is what you gotta do. I was like, bro, I've never seen that.
And I'm not talking. I'm not attacking LeBron because I love LeBron. He's the best. I'm talking about other people. Dude, you're on a yacht telling me to stay home. I live in a 2-bedroom, a studio apartment,
and you telling
with
me,
my 8 kids.
And you telling me it'll be okay,
dude? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Some people just gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Damn.
R.I.P. by the way.
Yeah, rest in peace, Kenny Rogers. But the point is, dude, celebrity, shut up sometimes. Because real people are going through real things right now.
No, that's true. On a different note, on a little, I don't want to say happier note, because nothing's happy about this situation.
Nothing is happy right now, no.
About to get this $1,200, you know, that can
hopefully. Look at you, $1,200.
That can hopefully, it's gonna be $1,200 for everybody.
You're working, aren't you?
Huh?
Why don't you spread that?
Let's relax.
Oh, sorry.
Let's relax. Let's not put it out there. I'm trying to get this check.
You just talking about how you're working at UPS like 10 minutes ago.
Touche. What was I going at? Oh,
stimulus check.
Yeah, people are starting to get their stimulus checks, so hopefully that helps out. People are starting to file for unemployment and get it. So hopefully some of these people will be able to help and get on their feet and really help for a better situation. Because I was reading this earlier too. There are some countries that are doing an extension through April. So it's good. Well, I should say past April. Because you know how it's April 30th for us. Mm-hmm. They're doing it all the way into I think it was like June, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about it because, like I said, I just saw the article. I didn't really read it through. So that could be coming to the states too, depending on how some states, depending on how it works. Because you gotta think, bro. Like I said last week, and I don't know. I'm not a scientist or anything, but with Florida, we got heat, we got humidity. So that's gonna be kind of in my that. And
I'm glad you brought it up because I was just watching something on, I believe, Bad News 9 last night. They said that's not gonna have much of an effect at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
The heat and humidity. I don't know.
Oh, see, but it may not. But in my mind, it could be a better situation than, say, if you're in New York or Chicago where it's snowing and it's continuously cold. People's immune system are continuously already getting attacked from the cold, so your immune system.
The cold doesn't attack your immune system.
Well, I'm saying like you're.
Yeah, you don't get sick because it's cold. No. You don't get it. No, that's not how it works.
Is that see? Because this is breaking news. This is news to me.
No, because
can you explain that to me?
Well, because my mom thinks this. My mom thinks, oh, you sleep with the fan on, you're gonna get a cold. No, that's not how it works. The reason people get sick during the wintertime is because they're in close proximity to each other. Hence the spreading of the germs. That's why people usually get sick during the wintertime and stuff like that.
And the germs stay more alive in the cold. Is that what you're telling me?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Things like that. Yeah. That's why you use hot water to wash your hands.
Okay. Never knew that, because I always thought, and this is gonna be dumb thinking, but I always thought.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're butt naked in the freezer.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like in general, like the cold weather.
Okay. Cause I was gonna say, what you already read my mind when I was going this. But your body temperature going down at such a different level, your body's gonna react to it some way somehow, and that to me would be an effect on not only your immune system but your whole body. Because it's gonna be, it's gonna be shocked. It's gonna be kind of a shock to the body, so it's just gonna go to an outlet. But I guess I can counter my own point here, because if people are used to the weather in New York, their body's used to it. So compared to if I were to go to New York, I may be more susceptible, because my body, that's gonna be a shock to my body.
You're not used to
and
it.
then it can attack my body while I'm at a weakness. That's why they're saying with a lot of these people that are working out, you got to be careful with working out and make sure that you're.
Push through it.
Okay, CT Fletcher.
Push through it.
But you gotta be careful.
I'm kidding, by the way.
You gotta be careful with your rest time and stuff, because essentially when you work out and you work out a lot, your body's already broken down. So when your body's broken down, that's when the flu or coronavirus or sicknesses in general is gonna attack at your body's weakest
Get your little protein shake, you'll be alright.
Hey, that's all it is. Take them little amino acids.
I'm kidding, by the way. But yeah, take this stuff serious. Like, cause remember, I love and I hate to bring it up, because this is a serious time that we're in, unprecedented time, especially for people like us, people our age. Remember, you didn't think it was that serious at the beginning. I warned you. I told you, hey, dude, we gotta take this serious, and you just kind of brushed it under the. We'll be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned into 3 weeks. I hate to be that
guy, but I'd still.
You can't do it. Too many people have died, bro. Huh? You can't say that. Too many people have died.
I mean, I think it could be 100% a lot worse. I think we should be grateful that it's not as bad.
And that was my
as
point.
It can be.
You said people are overreacting, and I said no, we're doing the right thing. Because like you said, it could be a lot worse if we didn't do this.
No, you're right. And well, I agreed with you then too. Like, I think it's all right for people to, I don't even think overreact, but prepare. But to the fact that people were panicking the way that they are, or they were, not really so much now because it's become kind of a, I hate to put it like this, but people are starting to adjust somewhat to this crazy reality, although we can't really adjust to it, but they're starting to get accustomed to find different ways, to be successful, find different ways to, be helpful and do what they have to do. But I forgot where the fuck I was going with that.
Wow. So I guess you're headed towards why, cause I brought up that you didn't think it was that serious in the beginning.
So like that overreacting part in the beginning, I don't think that was the right way to do it because people were panicking. People were, even still now, people are hoarding stuff. I got a question after I go on this tangent. People are hoarding stuff. People are kind of being more caring towards others, at least from what I see and what I read, as far as helping one another. But people were just more focused on themselves. And don't get me wrong, I think it got to be I think we were, as a country, unorganized with it. But how can you be organized and prep for something that's never happened before?
Exactly.
So that's why a lot of people are looking towards the government, looking towards Trump, that are really not degrading, but they need to do more. People got to realize, it's actually really surprising that we have dissected and then coming up for solutions for a disease this quickly, because as far as, I don't know how long, don't give me
virus,
sorry. Don't know what the month count is for it, but it's going on pace, probably the fastest cure that we're going to find for a virus. And people need to realize how amazing that is, and it hit us so abruptly, although to be fair, it hit China first, so we should have saw that. We're at 16. But I don't know. Oh, my question, let me ask you a question, because this is something that I was talking to my parents about. Do you think life is going to go on the same after this?
In what capacity?
Just the same in general. People are going to continue to go to, just a normal life, as people would call it.
I think it'll be even better. I think people will appreciate life even more.
That's what I said. But
because like me, like even honest, like I'm not, I could be in a way worse situation, but like doing the things I like to do, like just like as far as like open mics and like jujitsu and stuff. Like,
it humbles you, right?
Yeah, like being around people.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of miss like being around other people.
I said the same thing.
I do miss it.
Now, brought up a great point. And let me ask you this: do you think that people are going to be more hoarders and more disgusting towards others? Because I can see that point.
I don't see why.
I think that's more of, I'm not gonna say pessimistic. They call it realistic, but a different view of it. Me personally,
hoarding what though?
Huh?
Hoarding what?
Like
though?
As far as food goes, a lot of more people are going to be preppers for sure after this. You don't think so?
Are people running out of food?
Huh?
I'm not.
Maybe.
I'm not saying. Look, I'm not saying people run out of food as much as people are just buying up everything.
Yeah, touche.
I haven't heard like, oh, we're starving. I haven't heard that. There's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Running out of toilet paper and hand sanitizer and mask.
Okay. Because I took it from, because I agree with you. I do think that people are going to be more humbled, especially in America, only because we're so used to be able to do whatever we want, whenever we want. Yeah. And now we're being forced to, stay at home, which it doesn't sound bad to us, but for someone that's not comfortable at home, or for someone that's getting abused at home, that's totally different.
Yeah.
And someone, when I say abused, I'm not even necessarily talking about hitting. I'm just talking about being neglected or not being seen, and wanting to be heard. That's how people do it. Is that they try to go to community centers or play ball. That's their escape and get away.
Yep.
So they're gonna be more humbled and more driven for that, and to do that, to possibly, who knows, it could be a life-changing experience for career-wise. It's the same thing that I brought up last week, and I'm gonna bring up again. Well, the last recession that we had, there were multiple entrepreneur companies that got up and just rose above. Why? Because people were laid off, hungry, and had to find a way to get money. And that's what's gonna make it more productive. And it was a humbling moment that made for a greater success, which I think this is gonna be. It's a humbling moment. People are put down low. Although not really, like I said, not really me or us in this situation, but some people are, and they're itching to get out. They're wanting to get out. People are grateful for that. And I think it's gonna be more productive as far as people go, and people are gonna actually treat each other like humans. I mean, call me too optimistic, like some call me, but I think this is gonna be a good thing. And then I also think, in the same given hand, I don't think it's necessarily gonna go as bad as like the preppers and stuff, but I do think I can see it going as people forget about it in 2 weeks once everything's over.
Oh, that's we got a short attention span.
Yeah, that's human beings, but I think it's definitely something that everybody's definitely gonna remember for sure. But it could be worse because the death toll today is at 100,000 globally, statistically. Statistic. It could be way more. I highly doubt it would be less, but it could be way more. But still, I still think with how many people are on this earth, 100,000, and not trying to just downplay or discriminate the 100,000, but we're lucky that it's not 1 million or 2 million or 3.
Well, again, we got to look at the third world countries, because like 184 countries, we got to look at the third world countries. They don't have the supplies. If we're running out of supplies, they don't got the supplies and the necessary tools to even account for.
Yeah, that's true. Or to even count it.
So you can look at that as a number, sure, but it's way worse, and everyone says that. Like, that's just to confirm, but
yeah,
it's worse.
Just to confirm. Oh, touche. But I don't know. I'm just trying to find, like I said, the silver lining within it, and just continue to really stay positive towards it and for it, because I feel like if people aren't, that's where you're gonna get the bad. That's where you're gonna get the preppers. That's where you're gonna get the ill-minded people. That's where you're gonna get the crime rate, is when people focus on the depressing time that's so horrible and so bad and don't know how to get out of a bad situation, that they want to inflict pain on others.
I agree. Yeah.
That's just me. Sorry, I know that was like a 10-minute tangent, but I just want to throw that out there.
Tough people last, times don't.
Pretty much.
I agree. What time we at?
We at 22.
All right, cool. Something like a little lighthearted. Your boy Floyd Mayweather. You think?
How was that lighthearted right now?
Yeah, that's your boy, right? Little boxing. All right, Floyd. You like
I'm
Floyd?
from Muhammad Ali, but okay.
All time?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Muhammad Ali's the greatest.
Yeah, of all time for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if he's the best of all time though.
Okay,
but that's a different conversation for a different day. Floyd Mayweather, his daughter. she got into some interesting
Do you think,
trouble last week.
Do you think she lost the fight?
Well, let's first tell the audience.
Go ahead, explain it.
What happened? Apparently, NBA YoungBoy, who is a rapper, was at his house.
Why does he have so many chains on his neck, though, bro? How do you breathe? Like, bro, they're like wrapped up to here, bro.
If I had the money, I'd get it too. I love it.
Like, bro, how do you breathe?
I'd get 18 chokers too if I had the money. But anyway, that's besides the point. So he was at his house with a lovely young lady believed to be his baby moms.
The moms and babies.
Yeah, and Floyd Mayweather's daughter came over.
Her name's Yaya?
That's like your nickname, I guess. I don't know full name.
I would have disowned her from there.
Chill. You probably named her. Anyways, she got there and she didn't like that. So she started saying that I'm NBA YoungBoy's fiance. You need to leave. And
were they really? Is it really?
I don't. Does it look like I care?
It's just content. It's a dry week.
First, no. I don't care who she's engaged to. Like, the story's interesting though. Yeah. And how would I know if they're okay? Anyways, he has like 8 baby mamas. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's the case. Anyways, that escalated quickly and they got into a physical altercation. And from the looks of it, from the sound of it, it sounds like Yaya lost because she then got a knife and stabbed the young lady twice.
The lady's alive, right?
Yeah, she's alive and well. She had a couple lacerations on her arm, but she needed surgery, but she's fine.
Where she got the knife from? Was it a kitchen knife?
Yeah, it was in the kitchen. I just want to say these guys are irresponsible because they're not practicing social distancing.
Go ahead, throw that out there.
No, but I'm being a hypocrite because we're not.
Yeah, I'm about
doing
to say
it either, so.
You opened this podcast saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you got to set examples if you're a celebrity. That's all I'm saying. Your thoughts?
I just gotta turn around on that. Yeah, I don't. My question is, What was NBA YoungBoy doing in that
He's
situation?
probably watching it. What do you think? You seen who won?
But bro,
If you try to be, if you try to be my fiance,
if someone gets a knife, all right, you won, coach. Like you gotta put it away at that point. That's just.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let it last that long. Like why would they let it get to that point? That's my question.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I know I've asked you a lot of questions today.
Love it.
But I was watching the TV, one of the little host TV shows that are at home, and she was eating breakfast, so it was kind of awkward.
I love it.
Anyways, she said that NBA YoungBoy should face some type of charge for not being responsible or for not controlling the situation where he could have kind of controlled it because he was in the middle of it.
Look, it's his house. We don't. He look again. He could say he was in the bathroom and this was happening, so we can't charge the guy. But I'm saying, morally, if it's your house, you gotta know what's going on in your house. Okay. This because it started outside, then she got inside.
Started outside and landed in the house.
How do you think she got inside? So someone had to let her in. You knew, and she said it. I believe she said it started outside too. I mean, you gotta know what's happening. You gotta.
What happened?
Dude, she got a knife. And she stabbed the chick twice. You don't think in the midst of them fighting, no one saw that or heard them? So my thing is, dude.
And
like,
there's more than
why let it get that far? Why would you let someone stab?
There's more than those 3 people in the house for sure. It's NBA YoungBoy, bro. Yeah, there's more than 3 people in the house.
Yeah, he has his crew. My whole thing is, why would you let it get that far? That's my whole thing.
Yeah, that's just that makes sense to me, bro.
And then did you see the?
I was about to say you want to go. Oh, what?
Oh, go ahead. What you
no, I was gonna say what. You want to talk about Floyd? What supposedly Floyd Mayweather?
I'm not even gonna. Florida's ignoring it like you should.
Would you acknowledge your daughter?
Who
bailed her out though? Was it? That's what I'm curious about.
I don't think is she bailed out?
If so, but that's kind of dirty.
She's like, okay, I don't know. Maybe, I'm sure.
She's only what, like 19? I think they said that she was 19 or 20.
Okay.
For when your fiance at 19 or 20, you might want to rethink life. That's a little early, bro. That's a little early. You're still young.
It's not that early. Jerry Lee Lewis married his 14-year-old like cousin or something.
Bro, that was like in 62.
It doesn't matter. She was 14. Dude, people grew up fast back then.
Okay. Valid point, I guess.
Okay, so where were we at? Okay,
Floyd Mayweather. Well, that's
he's doing the right thing by completely ignoring the situation. He's posting videos. Yeah,
it's your daughter, bro.
I think he's posting videos. Dude, if my daughter did that, he's posting videos of his son boxing, getting his son right in the gym.
Nothing else.
Little footwork. Cause NBA YoungBoy he did like a Instagram live video or something, and like he called like Floyd like a B word.
For real?
And then Floyd's son commented and said that NBA YoungBoy has mental illness, and all his fans do. And dude,
hold on, for what? That might be stab of the year. You call the whole fan base say they got mental illness, bro. Although to be fair, his last time was nice, bro. It was very nice.
Oh, I'm not. He makes excellent music. I'm not down that. And then did you see how like Kodak got involved in?
I saw something about it, but I don't know the full story.
Basically, the reports came out that NBA YoungBoy was cooperating with cops. Oh. And Kodak Black from jail was tweeting somehow.
Yeah. Someone please let
explain that to me.
Bro,
how's he tweeting?
More importantly, y'all gotta know that he's tweeting. He's on the internet and in jail. And this is one occasion.
Or someone's probably tweeting for him.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm thinking. He's probably like on a phone call.
Because I'm just like, does no one like, bro? Because he was responding like back to back. I was like,
quick, right?
Yeah, I was like,
does he have an iPhone?
There's no like 3 bubbles or anything. Like it was just right back. I was like, is anyone
quick? Yeah, you snapped back quick.
This guy?
Yeah, you snapped back quick. But I guess Kodak didn't like the word cooperating. But NBA YoungBoy was just doing the right thing in my opinion.
He was just telling. Wasn't he just telling them what happened?
Or just like letting the cops do their job pretty much. Like,
so. What are you supposed to do? There's someone got insulted in my house. What was I supposed to do?
Yeah, that confused me. I didn't really know what Kodak meant by that. I don't know what Kodak wanted NBA YoungBoy to do in that situation.
Like, I'm gonna tell him what happened. Someone just got knifed. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I misunderstood. It was kind of weird, but that happened, and then obviously they started trading jabs back and forth. And I believe Kodak had relations with the young lady that was stabbed as well, so that's why he kind of said something. And now they're beefing and whatnot. You know, they say most of the time when 2 guys are beefing, it's usually over a chick.
Is that really true though?
I mean,
JFK didn't have no beef with nobody, and he was smashing Marilyn Monroe.
Everyone else was too, though. So.
I guess she was kind of the. Was there a Harvey Weinstein back then?
Sorry, I don't know where this is going.
Bad joke, bro. I'm sorry.
Let's stay focused. On to Floyd Mayweather. He hasn't said anything about this whole situation.
Well, like I said before, what he?
That's his daughter. She kind of almost killed someone. Not almost killed someone, but she stabbed someone twice.
Relax. It's like getting stabbed with a pencil. It's not bad.
Dude, you're Floyd Mayweather's daughter and you're losing a fight?
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything regardless. She's not going to no Easter, no Thanksgiving events.
So do you think Floyd failed as a father?
Yes.
Because he lost
She don't know how to do a combo.
And this is only jokes, but come on.
I'm glad you're joking.
Not a Philly shell defense?
Come on.
Not get hit at least?
Not a little sway or something?
I don't know. I just thought it was very unprofessional on Floyd's part.
Couldn't even get her gloves or nothing. Meanwhile, like
he's teaching his son how to box right
his
now.
Son out here
so this won't happen.
looking like Muhammad.
I'm kidding. This is all jokes, but
But yeah, so you want, speaking of fighting, you want to go straight into UFC and your boy Dana White?
Let's do it. Yeah, man. Like you were talking about earlier, people might go crazy. I don't know if you said that. I don't think you said that, but being inside, people being self-quarantined and isolated. Dana White, you good?
Yeah, I thought I kicked him off.
Okay.
You're good.
Dana White wanted to bring some joy, some excitement to people's lives that are inside. So he wanted to continue with this UFC.
Is that the real reason? Or is my dog just trying to get the cash?
Well, here's the thing, though. Fighters are like subcontractors. How else are they going to get paid?
Okay, touche. Go ahead.
So the fighters got to get paid, too. So.
Yep.
So when you look at it like that, you can't really hate the guy for trying to get the fighters paid. And all eyes would be on them since there's no other sporting events.
Yep. It'd be great. Actually, it's. I mean, it is a good business move. I mean, go ahead. Finish the story. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. And then they were trying to. Dana White says they're currently building a fight island. So where like it would be an island. So
it sounds like that's gonna be a TV show
where they have it set up and everything.
But that'd be a clean behind Ultimate Fighter place to go though.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that'd be cool. But so they couldn't get the island in time, so they were planning on doing the event on a Indian preservation land in California. But
like,
a senator in California was like, "Hey, man, you guys should not do this right now."
Especially in California, where
it's
high.
Well, since it's on an Indian,
that's true.
They can do whatever they want on that land.
Is that how that works? Like, I know it's kind of off topic. I know that's how that works.
You can do whatever you want.
Like nothing about. I mean,
yeah, they have their own.
To
laws.
be fair, you killed my whole ancestors. I should be able to do what the hell I want. Like, I'm just saying.
They should be able to do what they want.
I'm just saying. But go on.
Yeah, so that happened, and now.
Bro, can we really think about that? We're gonna go ahead and give you this land just because we literally slayed your people off. Like, bro.
Slay and chicken pox.
Like, bro, that's I'm sorry, that's crazy to me. Go on.
Yeah. So that is not happening. I'm sure ESPN, Disney is like, all right, Dana, we got too much heat.
I think it was more Disney more than anything.
Well, Disney owns ESPN.
Yeah, true.
So, yes, we are recording right now. That was Lucas's sister, Samantha. Yeah.
Shout out.
So, yeah, that happened.
Talk about Disney. Anyways.
Yeah, Disney had to shut it down. And
But
Dana
bro,
seemed pretty bummed about it.
The way, you probably know more than I did. The way that he quote unquote snapped on Joe Rogan. He didn't really snap.
He didn't snap on Joe Rogan.
But
He was talking about Joe Rogan.
People would be trying to throw stuff out there just for bait. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, he was just saying that people that the shit that they talk on the podcast.
But here's the thing.
Here's
the thing. Here's the thing.
Wrong?
Yeah, he was wrong because Joe Rogan literally said it himself. It wasn't me. It came out of Joe Rogan's mouth. He said, "I'm not going" at the time on the podcast, or something to that effect. I'm not going. And then Dana White was like, Joe Rogan would be there. The media is always trying to construe something.
Yeah, something.
But Rogan did say he wasn't going on a podcast.
I was reading.
And then I think, was it this morning? He said, "I don't know what's going on." Well, it was yesterday before it got canceled. He was like, "I don't know what's going on."
Yeah.
So he had no idea what was going on. So Dana White was wrong on that because Joe Rogan did say he was not going.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I don't know. People always be talking.
I'm glad it's not happening either. I hate to be.
I was about because that's another thing that I was going to ask you.
I didn't want to see Tony versus Gaethje. I want to see Tony versus Habib.
But it's supposed to be a really nice fight card.
No.
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 They were talking
The
about
only
it's supposed to
fight
be a
that
fight card of the
matters.
year.
The only fight that matters is Tony versus Habib right now. I don't want to see anything else. Just postpone everything. Plus, Thug Rose, Nama Yunez, she just dropped out of the fight.
Oh, because she had 2 family members that passed away from coronavirus.
Was that it?
I think so.
Okay. Okay. That. So you got people.
But it's a crisis.
Just
Stop.
postpone it.
Yeah.
Postpone everything. But I get where he's coming from at the same time too, though.
Yeah.
It would like everyone.
It's yeah. It's 100%. Although I was that was an argument that was made, but in the same given hand, I was just reading that it's only gonna be on ESPN Plus. So would everybody really be watching it?
It is on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I
That's
mean,
all
if
it
there's
would
no
be
other
on, like,
sporting event,
like it wouldn't be like live, so free for people.
it would be live.
For people.
It wouldn't be free, but it'd be live.
Oh yeah, but you know what I mean, like free for people.
If you have ESPN Plus, you can just stream it.
Yeah,
If you buy the monthly subscription thing or the year package, you can watch it.
It's
like $60 a year, I
at the
believe.
end.
Yeah, get you a little free trial.
Free 30 days. That's what I do with Hulu.
Just
Shout
watch
out.
it. Just watch it for that card, yeah, and you'll be all right.
But no, that's crazy to me. I think it's honorable from a business point of view, like how persistent. You know, and he wasn't like anything gonna stop him. Not only because I mean he did have a valid point, regardless. You know, I don't know Dana White personally, so regardless if it was BS or not, about some sense of normalcy, people having, people wanting to get back in like because well, I don't know who said it. I think it was I think it was Drew Brees that said people need sports. That's 100% right, bro. People need sports.
You don't need sports.
Not need, but I'm talking about like in a
I
stressful
know. I
time.
get you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, to relieve the pressure.
Yeah, to relieve the pressure and the stress. That's why tonight at 7:00 they're replaying Pittsburgh versus Green Bay for the Super Bowl, which Green Bay won.
You act like I can't go on YouTube and watch this. This is my thing with this.
I didn't even think on
with
that.
this whole.
You just blew my mind.
No, like with this whole replaying, showing classic, dude. Yeah, I ain't been doing this on YouTube for like 8 years now.
Classic highlights or classic games.
I've been doing this. Y'all need to step up. If y'all don't put on this horse game, if y'all don't give me this Michael Jordan documentary and drop it.
Bro, ain't that supposed to be coming out this week? I almost hit myself in the nose.
19th. They moved it up because it was supposed to come out in May, so they moved it up.
I'm excited for that. That's gonna be
10-part series, baby. Yeah, so.
Is it a 10-part?
Yeah, 10-part series. 10-part docu-series.
I am excited for
It's
that.
gonna be amazing. The greatest athlete of all time. Best athlete of all time, I should say.
Yes.
In any sport, period.
Yeah.
Undisputed best athlete in any sport.
Better than Mike Tyson?
Look.
You can't say it's two different sports.
Stop. Dude, I love Mike Tyson, but come on. He got knocked out by Buster Douglas.
I get that out of my head.
Mike,
a man named Buster.
If he
It's a wrap.
And I get it. Mike did get up, and the late was late for Buster Douglas, or slow for Buster Douglas when Mike knocked him down, but he still lost the fight.
Muhammad?
Look, okay. Muhammad Ali, come on.
Come on, let's go with the athlete. Come on, bro. I understand football. Because you only, because some people would say Tom Brady or...
Tom Brady is not the best. He's the best quarterback. He's not the best athlete of all time. I'm talking about athlete. Mark Jordan's the best athlete and player.
They ain't no more for athlete. I mean, quarterback position is a mind game more than athletic. You can be a pocket passer.
Right.
Tom Brady was. You know, that's not really... you still got to throw. That's some type of athleticism.
Yeah, Drew Brees is not a better athlete than Barry Sanders.
Heck no. Heck no. Not even close. But even with basketball and football, obviously, you're going to have more athletes because they're playing... You say this all the time. I cannot believe I'm agreeing with you, but they play two sides of the court.
What do you mean? It's facts. What do you mean you're agreeing?
I know. I just
you gotta play defense.
Sometimes I hate when you're right.
And it requires more because you don't got an offensive line protecting you when you're guarding the ball.
Yeah, that's,
I mean when you're dribbling the ball up the court.
That's true. Speaking of that, I don't know if we talked about this. Sorry. Do you think Phillip Rivers can make a comeback? I know that we're flipping.
Define comeback.
Huh?
Define comeback.
Well, he once was good, and then he had a horrible season last year. So I guess you could say a comeback. Maybe for a playoff run, possibly.
He had his O line wasn't that good. And Indiana has the best O line, so yeah, I think he'll do. If you mean by play better than he did last year,
playoffs.
Yeah. Playoffs.
Cause you gotta think who's in the division. They got, I don't know. Well, they got the Texans, by the way, might be the worst organization as far as business goes. And then you have the Colts, then you have Jacksonville, and you have the Titans.
Mhm.
So I mean, you have Titans.
Deshaun Watson is the best quarterback in that.
Yeah, by far.
In
Yeah,
that
that's no
conference. Or in that no, not conference.
That's no question. But okay.
In that division.
Speaking of
But
Texas,
I don't think the Texans are the best team though.
Huh?
I don't think the Texans are the best team.
I don't. Their defense, they don't really got corners, so no. They got Deshaun Watson, but to be fair, he's not Russell Wilson. I'll take that as far as athletic quarterbacks. I'll take Russell Wilson any day. Russell Wilson is my favorite quarterback by far. This man's gonna say Ben Wilson. No.
When I was saying Russell Wilson's my favorite,
you always say Cam Newton over Russell Wilson. I've always argued for that.
Stop it.
Ben
Roethlisberger is your favorite quarterback.
No. All time? Yes. All time?
Okay.
I'll take it. All time. Russell Wilson is definitely my favorite quarterback. Yes.
Okay, we're not gonna do this right now, but continue.
But anywho, but they don't really got a defense. As far as corners go, I mean, they got good middle linebackers with T.J. Watt, and a pretty good D line.
T.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt. Jesus.
He's not a middle linebacker.
I know.
Anyways, I don't know. Like looking at because the Tennessee Titans, they're gonna rely heavily on Derrick Henry.
Yes.
So they might win that division.
Yeah, I don't. If you can stop the run.
With Tannehill now here, well, he's gonna be here from the start, so they might win that division. The Texans, they just got Brandon Cooks, speedy guy, but he gets injured a lot.
Brandon Cooks. What did you say? I don't want to take your line here, but he said he's not no DeAndre Hopkins. So. And they also got. But I don't want to mess it up. Is it Randall Cobb that got two?
The slot receiver?
Yeah. Why you call him that?
That's
bro?
what he is. You gonna put him inside the lines? No, there's nothing wrong with that. But dude, you lost D-Hop.
Probably.
Best hands in the game.
Oh yeah, by far, 100%. I'm not arguing.
It's gonna be hard to replace that. A future Hall of Famer.
Yes, and not to mention you sent him to the Cardinals, where they just beefed up their O line, and are projected to get some defensive linemen. Come on.
With Kyler Murray too.
With Kyle Murray, and then you got Larry the Legend with the hands. Come on,
Larry Legend
with the hands, baby. Come on, you got that on the other side, and not to mention Cardinals. I mean, they don't have no corners now, but they were once known as the no-flight zone. It's gonna be something serious.
With Pat.
With Pat, hey, that was Pat before the attitude.
That's Pat before the steroids.
Yeah. With Pat, but yeah, I don't know. So if they can get that crap back together, boy, I'm excited for Pittsburgh. I know this is totally random.
Pittsburgh.
But we had top 5 defense last year.
Y'all gonna be third in y'all division.
Huh?
Y'all gonna be third in y'all division.
Nah, we're beating.
Gonna be third in y'all division.
No, we're coming first. We're beating Baltimore out. I'm calling it right now. We're beating Baltimore out.
Y'all gonna be better than Cleveland this year?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
I just said we're beating Baltimore out and we're coming out of our division. Naming it right now. Yes.
You saw what Lamar Jackson just did, right?
Huh? I also saw him get shut down by the Tennessee Titans, and his team gave up.
How many yards did he throw?
Huh?
How many yards did he throw for?
Did he win?
You said shut down. You said
Huh?
shut down.
He did get shut down.
He threw for 300-something yards and ran for like
right,
100.
Right. He personally gets shut down.
Okay, then.
His team got shut down because everyone else gave up.
That's
Pittsburgh
team.
were
Derrick Henry's a
experienced.
monster.
We just came off. We went even with a whole bunch of people that you probably can't name or people can't name in general. So meaning the team chemistry's up, and we didn't lose that many people to this offseason.
Myles Garrett coming back, baby.
Huh? Yes. Hey. Yeah, that's
Myles Garrett's coming back.
And we just got Ebron, maybe the best tight end in the game. No, okay, let me relax.
Myles Garrett's coming back for the Cleveland Browns. Kareem Hunt's gonna be there from the start.
So
Nick Chubbs.
Chubby boy.
Baby
Chubby
Chubbs?
boy.
Come on, bro. Baby
Chubby boy, something serious.
Come on, Odell.
It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be. I'm so excited for this year. It's gonna be a good year.
If it happens.
Huh?
You think it's gonna happen?
Yeah. Speaking of that, they just canceled. I told you this earlier. They just canceled XFL for 2021.
Just that season?
Huh?
Just that season? Or?
No, they said they might not make a comeback. There's a very good chance they might not make it, which is bad because we were just talking about the hype of it. Like maybe a month ago before all this happened on how it was really starting to gain speed and people were liking it during the spring. Not necessarily summer, but during the spring, and they really had some good rules and they really organized it well. And the teams were just starting to pick up speed. So that's something different, bro. I told you earlier, bro. I saw this thing with where they said James Winston was going to one of those XMLTs, bro. I just started busting out laughing, boy. I was like, man.
And then was it yesterday or the day before they had the Jets signing Kaepernick?
Oh, I know we're getting started on that fake. Bro, you know what blew me? So many people bought that, but you said it best. If people were to really watch football, they would realize the Jets already set for QB. Like, as far as that goes, like, he wouldn't be going to the Jets, but I don't know. That's just not smart.
What, to believe that?
Yeah, it's fake news rules the world, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, you telling me? Is that it for sports? I know the NBA is trying to do this whole virtual.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. How's that gonna work?
I don't know. I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
Heck no. I'd rather watch the reruns of Super Bowls, bro.
You saw? Yeah, I'm just not interested. And
why? What am I gonna get out of it?
I haven't even read it. Well, I get it. They're trying to keep people entertained. I'm not mad at that. It's just that.
What am I gonna get out of it? You can only see Steph Curry make a full court shot so many times and realize that he's the best shooter in the game. Like, bro, I get it. It was cool. Hey, it was cool when no one was doing it, but bro, we were just talking about this. We were talking about the.
He said it was cool when no one was doing it.
We were talking about the pandemic, bro. You know things change, bro. We want something new. We want the impossible, bro. If you don't throw that crap behind your back from a half court and make it. Stop playing. I can only see that so many times, bro. I'll pass on that.
Oh, man. I need more details, dude. I haven't read anything about it. I just saw that they're trying to do that. And then now they're saying the NBA is optimistic, though, about coming back. Do you think they should finish the season or start for next
I want to see Clippers and Lakers. So, yes.
Yeah, come on, man. Give us the finals. Don't waste these guys.
Yeah, bro.
They play too many. Y'all got to do the finals. Just put Clippers.
Play all teams. Do like.
No, not even that. Just do Lakers and Clippers finals.
Okay, let's relax.
Why not?
Let's relax. Hey, let's relax.
Look, that's what we all want to see. That's all.
They should have They should have like 5-10 more games. See whoever's on the bottom can see if they can place, and if not, just go straight into playoff.
I say, hey.
Don't carry out 30-something more games. Let's relax.
I say take the 2 best teams in each conference.
Of course you're gonna say
7 games, and then let's go 7 games for the finals.
Just cut it completely short.
Yeah, like okay, yeah. That happened. Yeah, just do that so we can see like what we came to see, what we knew from the beginning.
Relax, bro, because you're not giving other teams a chance. Like my Chris Houston Rockets. You're not giving any team a chance.
Y'all never had a chance to begin with.
Let's relax, bro. Let's relax. We got a nice little hot streak for this hiatus.
Oh, y'all weren't.
Nah, we were actually on a losing streak. We were like on a 3-game losing streak, so we needed this break.
Oh man.
But I don't know. If NBA don't, what do you think? Do you think they should cancel the season?
Well, I told you what they should do. No, we need the season. No, don't waste the year of these guys' prime.
Yeah.
No. We need some type of closure. I need some type of conclusion, or else I'm not gonna be able to sleep on.
It's too much hype for it, bro. People have been looking way too forward to this NBA season, bro. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. But other than that, I think that's it for sports. Unless you got anything, unless you want to talk about baseball.
Funny.
So the steroid users, but
you're funny. No, yeah, that's it for
music.
Yeah,
nothing really. Tory Lanez dropped the mixtape, which I don't. It's 16 songs, so I don't know if that's really a mixtape.
What do you mean?
I think that's more of an album. I don't. Okay, what's the difference between a mixtape and an album? Like, what classifies an album?
Nowadays, nothing. It's just what the artist calls it.
Okay.
Back in the day, it was just like when I think mixtapes, I think like Lil Wayne, and he would just do remixes of other people's songs.
Okay. I see that as the Rolling in the Deep remix that he did.
Yeah, sorry for the wait. That was that mixtape.
But okay, I can see that. But other than that, I don't. What you been listening to this week?
Just the ordinary. Nothing new, honestly.
Nothing new.
Just the ordinary.
Nice. I gotta lie, bro.
Oh, put me on. What's something new?
Nah, I got. Well, other than Rod Wave, Rod Wave, who just dropped the album. He dropped the album. Was it last week? But we already talked about him on here, and he's doing his thing as far as some sales. I don't know, because in your mind, sales doesn't matter, but
he's doing his thing as far as sales.
Yeah, as far as sales go, one particular song, "Heart on Ice," is really kind of hitting the charts and really making it.
But the charts, look at you. In the charts, huh?
Hey man, trying to get on that hot 97 take.
I get you.
But so, he's up and coming. I've been listening to him for a minute. Probably since the beginning of this year. I don't know if that's a minute, but that's something that's really nice and really hot. I heard that album. It wasn't. I mean, it was good compared to his last two, Ghetto Gospel, and I've mentioned it on here. And I forget what the other one was called. Those two were really good too. But this one, I mean, it was all right. It had something to say. It had something to show for it. So, but other than that, nothing. I'm still on my Anthony Hamilton train, for sure. Really, other than that, I don't know, bro. Just been getting I don't know. Still listen to a lot of Lofi. Gotta listen to that Lofi hip hop. Other than that, I haven't really been listening to anybody new.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Same. Do you want to talk about what we talked about off mic about why you think sales is important in music?
Oh, geez. I don't.
You said sales can determine if an artist is better, right?
Yes.
Explain.
Okay.
Care to explain?
I think it's a final thing on paper. It shows on paper that if the artist can sell more, the artist is better. Now, this is gonna sound kind of contradicting because this is the part where it gets a little difficult sales-wise when you're talking about two different genres of music. Because you brought up a good point. There may be a lot more people nowadays that listen to more pop than.
It's always been like that. So pop is literally short for popular music.
Okay, I never thought of it like that. Then there were people back in the day and now combined that was listening to rock. I said rock so passionately.
I think more people back then listen to rock than they do now.
But I'm talking about combined. They probably still don't equal to the amount of people that listen to pop now. That's what I'm saying. So like if you compare to I'm gonna use your example like you used off mic, Black Sabbath. If you use their record sales and you used Drake's hottest album, there are obviously gonna be two big differences. They're two different genres, two different years. So,
not even the years and differences. You gotta look at their audience too. Who are they appealing to? If I'm like the Beatles, for example, if I'm doing love ballads and making songs about women and falling in love, that's gonna appeal to a wider audience. More people, little girls, teenage girls, older women. They love that type of stuff. Okay. So you gotta take into consideration who your audience is. I can make easy pop bubblegum music that is gonna be easily digestible by the masses compared to something like the Pimp a Butterfly, where you really gotta listen to it. A lot of people aren't gonna get it. Yeah. They're only gonna listen to it once compared to other stuff. So that's why in my opinion, that's why you can't look at sales as a determining factor to see which artist is better.
Okay, because not that because obviously I'm keeping an open mind here. I can see that valid point because that breaks it. Because now we get a little because
Vanilla Ice sold more records than a lot of famous legendary hip hop acts.
That don't mean that they're better. No, because
exactly my point.
Because we can use this as far as for something that is Drake and Kendrick. Like Kendrick, well, I don't know this for sure, but Kendrick is obviously a better lyricist and probably a better songwriter, but Drake's music pops more. Does that make sense? Because he's more frequent. He makes it kind of more relevant. He makes catchy things. That's going to go kind of on media.
I don't know if he's a better songwriter than Drake because Drake makes a lot of hits. But I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Yes.
So, like, I can understand your point with that because at the end of the day, it really depends on what you're going to define as best or greatest or final. So I get.
Go ahead.
No, so I was gonna say I guess it's difficult because it's one of those things that's kind of in a gray area because it's such a broad statement.
What is in the gray area?
Huh?
What's in the gray area?
Like, because what's considered best.
It's all opinion based at the end of the day. But I'm just saying you can't look at sales and say you can't determine.
I don't know because like if you bringing it to a table and you're like, hey, I got this many sales compared to this many.
You can't say that's better than that. Dude.
If you're gonna get sponsored, who they gonna go with? Probably the person.
It doesn't make you better. Sales. It just means you're more appealable. You're easier liked. The Jonas Brothers are gonna sell more than a rapper like Biggie.
Okay, let's relax. I highly doubt that.
But. Or hard doesn't make them better, because more people, the middle America is gonna like you. Kids are gonna like you. If you make music for kids, it's gonna be way easier, dude. So those are two totally different arguments, bro. Saying who's gonna sponsorship and who has better music Because what do you? That doesn't make any sense to me.
That doesn't make sense. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't get that defensive.
What do you?
My fault, bro.
That doesn't make any sense. Saying who's more appealable and who makes better music are two different things, my boy.
But what I'm thinking, okay, well, I think they both gotta take into consideration. Yes. There.
What? Take what into consideration?
You gotta take both in consideration.
What?
When you're talking about someone,
Take what into
someone that's
consideration?
more appealable and someone that's.
No, you don't. Now we're talking about making better music, bro.
I think you gotta take that into consideration.
No, you don't.
You have to look from all around it. Okay, the people liked it. People wanted to sponsor them. They had a good all-around career.
Okay, time out. Take the career. Look, take the people sponsoring it out of the equation when we're talking about.
Who had a better all-career?
Again, we're not talking about. Look, I don't know what you're saying, right? You keep bringing careers. I'm talking about who makes better music. Why do you keep bringing in career?
Because I think that has to hold something to it. You have a
no, it doesn't.
Behind
no,
you
it doesn't.
What you got going on,
dude? An artist can be content. An artist
can
be making the best music right now. You've never even heard of them, and they can be content with that.
But that's your opinion, though. See,
it's not. No. It's not an opinion. They can be content with that. How's that an opinion?
No,
I know plenty of artists. No. I'm saying I know plenty of artists that don't want to be mainstream, that are content where they're at. How's that an opinion?
I'm talking about that's an opinion for you to say that their music is good.
No.
So what makes it? What makes a finalized
critics?
Huh?
Their albums, their bodies of work.
That's
the experts. Okay, why is Beethoven considered the greatest musician of all time?
You know what? There's a very
not because he sold the most records, not because he was the most appealable to people, because critics and experts alike agreed that he made classical timeless music.
Okay, I mean,
not because of record sales.
I mean, valid point, but I mean,
I don't know why you keep bringing sponsorships into when we're talking about who makes better music.
I'm going.
You gotta look at their bodies of work.
Because it's still tough even from a critic point of view though. Because
no, it's not. If you're a critic, that's the last thing you want to talk about is who sold the most more. Because the bubble poppy stuff is always going to sell more than the grittier stuff.
I know, but I'm saying like it's hard for me to get behind like say if you have 3 people, because you brought up a great point about UFC judges. If you have 3 people, but music is different because they're biased to
it's not
one
a perfect
type.
Comparison.
Huh?
And they're not biased. Well, I don't know.
Some people are okay. Say if you have 3 people.
Well, you said that about MMA judging too, though.
Two of them don't like rock, so they're obviously gonna go with pop.
Time out. I don't think you understand how this works. They're not gonna be. A person who only does rock reviews is not gonna then suddenly do an album about pop unless they. Unless they study that type of music. That's not how this works. Like for Pitchfork, for example, they don't. Okay, when they do a review on Kendrick Lamar's album, it's not someone who's never heard Kendrick Lamar or who's never heard hip hop, who's never heard hip hop classics.
No, I know that.
Yeah, so why do you?
But I'm saying like who's to say?
That's not how that works.
Who's to say that Kendrick's just not their taste or not how they feel? Okay, if you want to take rap for example, say if they're
then they'll judge it accordingly.
What do you mean by judging accordingly?
They'll judge if the Kendrick's not their taste. They still have to judge it objectively.
I don't know.
I don't see what's so hard about that. What's so hard not to understand. They'll judge it accordingly. And I'm glad you brought up Kendrick because he's the critic darling. All his albums are universally critically acclaimed. Everyone agrees he makes the best albums, but everyone also knows for a fact that Drake sells more records. But the thing about Drake is, although he sells the most records, he also makes very good albums too. So that's why there's a Drake and Kendrick comparison. There's a lot of people that sell a ton of records, but who make crappy bodies of work. They'll make a super. I don't want to put anyone on the spot. Like,
okay, for sure. No, you good.
Like, just sure. Like, I like some of these, because I like some of these singles, like Carly Rae Jepsen and like Taylor's. They don't make classic albums. We're not looking at them for classic albums.
We're looking at them for pop singles. Okay.
And they're gonna sell a lot of records because of who they appeal to, kids and stuff. Kendrick Lamar is not appealing to little girls in Middle America. He's appealing to people our age
that are gonna be in depth in the music.
Exactly.
And looking for a story.
That's a way smaller group than people who Taylor Swift appeal to.
Okay.
So that's why in my opinion you can't look at album sales.
Valid point.
At all. To me they almost mean nothing.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Do you think they play no
as far as saying who's the better artist it's a great accomplishment to sell a lot of records. So if I was an artist, I'd love to sell a lot of records.
Would you consider it being the same as? And this is gonna be a poor analogy on my part, but I just want to see where you're at with this. Would you consider it being the same as comparing rings and say in NFL?
Rings is different because you had to win that.
Okay. So that
You had to do that yourself.
yeah, that's more proof in the pudding for that because you had to.
Yeah, sports. There's sports.
There's no gray area.
Yeah, because you got
right,
points.
Yeah.
You got points. You got to. If I score more points, I win. That's it.
Okay.
Music is different.
The reason why I say that is because that's how some people may take that or compare that. So I just
and even that is different in different sports. Like football is different than basketball.
Yeah.
As far as like basketball, you kind of got to have a ring, but in football, not so much depending on what position you play.
Not really, because you can have an all-star defense, but suck and then QB position. You know,
like in football, I can be the best cornerback of all time without winning the ring.
Yeah. No, for sure.
You can't really say that about basketball. You can't like be the best center of all time with no rings.
You gotta have something to show for it.
You gotta have a ring. You gotta have at least multiple.
Okay.
If you're saying you're the best of all time.
No, valid point. I guess. Nah, I don't.
You concede it. It's okay. You concede it.
No.
Because you still haven't made a valid point about sales. You just said sponsorship, and that has nothing to do with.
I think
who has to make the better music.
I think on paper you have to. There has to be something on paper for it.
No, it
because
doesn't.
if not,
if
it's
you're
just
talking about better music, bro.
Huh? Because then it's tough. Because
How's it tough?
Because there's nothing to really prove it to, bro.
That's the whole point. That's my whole point. Music is subjective. First of all, I'm not saying my way is perfect, but I think it's the best way. And you can't do that by record, so because of what I just explained.
Valid point. Congrats.
Thank you. That's what I do here. I try to make valid points, man.
The only time you will prove me wrong on air.
Only time?
That I will admit.
Maybe today, this episode. But I do this on the daily, my friend.
Okay, let's.
China Rogers passed away, the rapper from the state of Pennsylvania, Philly.
What music did she?
She's a rapper.
She's a rapper.
And it came out today that she, or was it yesterday? But I believe it was today that she overdosed.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of like any of her music or anything.
Yeah. She was bubbling. She was bubbling. She wasn't at that level.
Okay.
She was headed towards there. But the reason in my mind, one of the reasons why this is like kind of eerie is because like she said she didn't want to be like another statistic.
As far as like you talking about
people like rappers like overdosing on drugs, and it happened to her. So I thought that was pretty.
That's sometimes you just never know, bro. That's crazy, especially when it comes to like doing drugs like that.
Yeah.
You never know what's enough. Especially, well, I don't know because I've never like done. What was the drug?
I don't know. That hasn't been mentioned yet. I don't know.
Especially, depending on the drug, you are continually chasing a feeling that you will never get. Because I would imagine, like, essentially doing drugs is like that first high is going to be the best high when it comes to like heroin and stuff like that, and you continually chasing that. That's you're continuing chasing that high, and you're never going to get it because that was your first time doing it, first time feeling free. So like, point being is you're upping the dosage and all that, and that's what causes the overdose. So like,
you sound experienced right now.
Nah, let's relax.
Sure?
Let's relax.
You're not talking from personal experience.
Hey,
right
bro,
now?
I've been watching.
What are you chasing?
I've been watching a lot of Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
But he was like, okay, Sherlock Holmes, fictional character that was on heroin.
Exactly.
But anyway, the point being is, that's what causes the overdose because they're never gonna catch the feeling. So it's kind of scary and kind of crazy.
Or it could have been accidental. Because supposedly Mac Miller's death was accidental too.
What do you mean by accident? Oh, like someone just gave him the wrong.
Or laced it with too much or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that too. So yeah, I'm just sorry.
Let's relax, Dr. Phil. This man just gave.
I just totally painted a whole
narrative about this woman, bro.
This woman that I do not know.
You've never even heard of her till now, so let's
relax. Let's relax. Very valid point. My fault.
Young Chop, you know Young Chop?
No.
Chief Keef's producer.
Okay.
From back in the day. You don't know. Don't say okay.
Yeah,
Young Chop on the beat. Yeah, okay, there you go. But
that's the only reason why I know is because Young Chop on the beat.
Yeah, Young Chop on the beat. He was recently arrested for. Apparently, he was looking for. He went into 21 Savage's old neighborhood, and they arrested him. He was shut out and everything.
Really?
Yeah. You haven't seen him. He's been wilding on Instagram and stuff like that.
Nah, bro.
Calling people out of their names, like Jay-Z, like Drake, Jay-Z.
Oh, that guy. I don't want to be rude, but is it like
Meek Mill?
Is
that guy? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, I didn't know that was him, but
yeah, he was wilding, dude, and like
because he was calling everybody out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tekashi got out.
Yeah.
Did you see his troll post?
Yeah, I don't know why people hate me. Oh,
yeah, all that, yeah. So
bro, stop.
He's gonna try to make fun of himself.
But
it's gonna work.
Huh?
It's gonna work.
That's the sad
I'm calling
part.
now. It's gonna work.
No, of course it is, because people liked him when he was. People liked him before he was in, and he still gotta have that fan base. 1 and 2, people like trolls, bro. Like people, they find it entertaining.
Yeah, they can find it. Yeah,
if you can find a way to capture it, I mean, he's done it once before. You'll do it again. Like even for people that find him annoying, you're still watching him, watching the annoying. So it's still getting him clout, and he's gotta find someone that likes it. Especially with DJ Academics, and nothing wrong. They're getting their money. Do your thing. But like you said last week, DJ Academics kind of like promoting him. Like everything Tekashi does, it seems like DJ Academics is like, oh, look what he did.
They're friends though.
Yeah, no, of course. That's what I'm saying. I'm not bashing it. He's supporting a friend, but trying to get back on his feet. But my point is that's where the clout's just gotta continue to grow, and he's just gonna be where he was last time. Right. No, it's gonna work. It's kind of sad, but. Since we were talking about killing, do you want to bring up the running back? Was he a running back?
Yes.
Chad Johnson. Fuck that up.
I don't know how we do this.
I don't know where.
Is this really that big? Because this is just an accusation, right?
Oh yeah, it's just never mind. We'll get to that once if it's confirmed.
You already brought it up now.
Nah.
Was it Chad Johnson?
Yeah, I messed it up.
Ocho Cinco?
Ocho Cinco.
It's Chris Johnson, man. Yes, he was a running back. He ran for 2,000 yards in the season.
Yeah, he also killed 2 people allegedly. So hired to kill 2 people.
Yes, dude, that's way different.
And I guess it.
Can you explain the backstory? Because they tried to kill him.
Yeah. So what happened? I guess in Orlando, Florida. I painted a horrible picture. But anyways, I just pulled a bad. Anyways. So in Orlando, Florida, I guess he was coming back from somewhere, and his truck or vehicle, whatever, was shot up.
Cheap.
Yeah, thank you. Was shot up. His buddy died. I guess.
Driver was shot in the head.
Okay, I'm trying to make it a little sympathetic, but
this is driver. Go ahead.
Got shot in the head while they were driving. And he got hit in the shoulder, and then now they're trying to say I guess a year after in 2016. The 2 people that shot at him were actually killed on 2 separate days. One was like in June, the other was like in August or something like that. And now they're trying to look at him for hiring to kill both of them. And like I said before the podcast, is there come on, bro? Like morally, I see it, bro. You got my brother shot in the head, bro. Like
killed.
Yeah, killed. Like shot in the head and died. And you try to come after my life. Like I understand that. Give him some leniency. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm on CJ's side.
CJ, come on, Sandra, CJ. Anyways,
I think that's it for the week.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Nah, I went on like a 30-minute tangent to start off about the coronavirus. So
you just spit on me. Speaking of the coronavirus, dang it, man.
But so I'm not even gonna go into that. People just. Try to stay positive, man.
Yeah, I say
tough time.
Stay safe, man. Stay positive. We'll get through this sooner, hopefully, rather than later.
One way or another. And like what you say earlier, it's celebrities. Shut up. Like,
just stay inside your multi-million-dollar homes and relax.
Yeah, relax. Let's not trying to give motivational speaks on how we don't need outside world
while you're on your yacht.
Let's relax.
There you go.
But that's all I got.
All right, that's it. Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.